What is up YouTube? Infectious here from Infectious Gaming, home of the best rogue content in YouTube. Today we're going to make a 10-minute video looking at these talents. We did pre-record this video, it was a lot longer, so we are going to try and rush through this and make it as short as possible, only speaking about the talents that we need to speak about that's new coming into the expansion. So first of all, we're going to be looking at the Outlaw Rogue. The first thing that we see is retractable hook. Hook is now going baseline. Rogues are going to be more mobile in the Outlaw spec. If you want a 30-second reduction, then you will be talent into retractable hook. Blinding powder reduces the cooldown of blind by 30 seconds and increases its range by 15. Killing Spree is on this talent row. I've read somewhere else that Killing Spree might be going baseline, so that's something we need to keep an eye on. Alacrity staying, it works well with haste. Cannonball Barrage should really be decreased in damage and cooldown to make it a more fun ability to use. If they keep it the way it is just now, they should probably just get rid of it. Ghostly Strikes is nice. Swordmaster and Quick Draw is two different talents, which again is pretty nice. Vigor, Deeper Stratagem, both do different things, which is pretty cool. On the last row, we're looking at Mark for Death. Works well with Outlaw when you're scrambling between different ads, resetting it all the time. Getting loads of big run-throughs off with your Blade Flurry, pretty sweet. Slice and Dice either needs to be baked into the spec or removed as a talent. Talenting in to get something for consistency is generally not a good idea. I really don't like that concept. They either need to bake it into the spell with Roll the Bones so that maybe you can have two of them up at the same time, or you have one up and then you change it to something else if there's a big like ad period coming in or something. That would be something I would really like to see, but having one or the other, it just doesn't work for me. Loaded Dice. Loaded Dice was a fix that came into Legion. It basically, whenever you used Adrenaline Rush, it granted you 2 buffs the next time you rolled the bones, or it gave you an increased Slice and Dice by 30%. So, that was a fix in Legion for Roll the Bones, which you now have to talent in to get, which is garbage. Or you can go for consistency, which might even be lower DPS, which is not good. Outlaw, they need to fix Roll the Bones. But one thing we do know, Roll the Bones is staying. It's a good spell concept, needs balancing, and it needs to have a lot less impact on the spell, on the DPS output, than it currently does. So that's really all we have here to speak about. We're going to be moving on to the Assassination Rogue. Assassination Rogue, one of the fans' favourites, and yeah, in general World of Warcraft. Assassination Rogue is really, really good. Now, I personally asked for this to the Rogue class designer. It's something that I really wanted to see coming back. We do have Dispatch back. Dispatch was removed because the Legendary Bracers were coming in. They didn't want us to have to execute. So now that the Legendary Bracers will be going away for the next expansion, we get our execute back. Dispatch, what it does is, when the target drops below 35%, you can use Dispatch instead of Mutilate, which will deal more damage. Every time that you cast a Mutilate above 35% of the boss's health, you have a 30% chance to proc a free Dispatch use. So, Assassination is going to have a proc, and it's also going to have an execute. Something I think is really, really enjoyable to play. Master Assassin, when you break stealth or stealth is activated, your critical strike is increased by 50%. Basically, guys, this is Mantle, but just not as strong. This is the Legendary Shoulders, but only half as powerful. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I like it anyway. I think it's a really good idea. Subterfuge and Night Stalker will need to be... They'll need to be balanced well to keep up with this talent. I think this talent is going to be pretty strong. We have Iron Wire. This seems to be a PvP talent. Increases the duration of Garrote's silence effect to 8 seconds. If the enemy is silenced by the Garrote, it deals 15% reduced damage for 8 seconds. So basically, while it's going the duration of the silence, it's dealing less damage to you. It just means if you silence a caster in a raid, when it's meleeing you, it's going to deal 15% less damage. So you're not just going to die from a couple of hits, which is not bad. Now, if we look at the last talent row, we have Crimson Tempest. Crimson Tempest was a spell that used to be in the game, guys. Basically what it did was, it was like an AoE rupture that stacked. If you used it once, it put a dot on the target. If you used it again, the size of the dot get bigger, the size of the dot get bigger, the size of the dot get bigger. And yeah, that was, you could do ramp up AoE damage as long as the targets were going to live. And yeah, it ticked away, blah blah blah. As an assassination rogue and as a blade, we may be able to take advantage from our venomous wounds, meaning that we may be able to get an energy increase by every target hit by Crimson Tempest. That's something that we'll need to wait and see if it actually happens. Unsure. Now, Poison Bomb. Poison Bomb, Envenom and Rupture have a 4% chance per combo point spent to smash a vial of poison and attack target's location, creating a pool of acidic death that deals blah 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 nature damage over 3 seconds to all enemies within it. Poison Bomb works the exact same way. Too cool a spell to let go, so they bake it in as a talent. Now, a lot of people believe this should be an on-use cooldown. If it was an on-use cooldown, they would need to reduce the damage dramatically. What I believe should happen is they should reduce the damage, leave it an RNG spell, but up how often it procs, and put the extra damage that you take away into the rest of the spec. I believe there's too much damage goes into Poison Bomb. I would like to see more damage put in terms of Rupture and their initial poisons, rather than putting all the damage into Poison Bomb. But it is a good talent. I do enjoy the talent, and I am kind of happy that the talent is staying. I just think it needs just a little bit of tweaking just to make it feel better. Just to make it feel better. The Outlaw Rogue. Let's have a look at what we have in... No, sorry, we did the Outlaw Rogue. The Subtlety Rogue. Now, the very first thing that we do notice, guys, is Find the Weaknesses back. When we played in previous expansions with the most loved, my favourite version of Subtlety Rogue, whenever you attacked the target from stealth with let's say ambush, you applied a debuff to the target called weakness, right? Basically what it did was that debuff on that target created, I don't know what it did, it created a flaw in the armor or something, I think it used to say, and you bypassed all its armor by 75%, right? So what you would do was you would save all your unused trinkets and stuff, and then you would like vanish, or you would shadow dance, you would ambush. It would apply this debuff to the target, and you would drop everything you had, man. Pray for procs and everything. And during that 10 second window, when you bypass all its armor, you tried to chunk in as much damage and as much buffs as possible. And yeah, it was just a really, really fun ability to play with. Now, with Mythic Plus being so strong, opening from stealth in between every single packs, this ability is going to be really strong, I believe. Also, which is really good, you get it in your opener, and it also makes Vanish a really strong cooldown. Again, really, really good. Moving on, we're going to look at what else came in for sub. Nothing. Shot in the Dark. Yeah, Shot in the Dark seems to be the only other one, I believe, that is in here. And yeah, it's just the PvP one. After entering Stealth or Shadow Dance, your next cheap shot is free. Doesn't really give us anything, does it? Does it really? But yeah, that's basically all we know for the sub-rogue. This has came from recent data mining. If you do want to check this out, guys, it is on bfa.wowhead.com/talent. And yeah, you know the rest. The rest is on the screen just now. I will leave a link in the description down below. Death from Above, I've been told is going to be changed. Don't know how it's going to be changed, but they want the loss of control animation taking it away. So we'll wait and see what happens with that, guys. But there you have it. We generally have some new talents. We don't have a lot coming in for sub. It's maybe just not seen as much work as the other specs yet. They're maybe really happy with the way that sub plays. Assassination getting the dispatch is something that, yeah, it's something that I really, really like. And the Outlaw Rogue, Roll the Bones is staying. Grappling Hook has gone baseline. But that last talent row really, really, really needs to see some work. Choosing between Slice and Dice, Mark for Death, or a fix for Roll the Bones, it's just really not something that I think is going to work, guys. If you want to see more rogue content going into the Battle for Azeroth, we have been told we're going to get the beta key for Battle for Azeroth. So if you do want to I can't speak today. If you want to keep up to date on Rogue information, on World of Warcraft information, guys, make sure to follow the channel. Follow the link down below to find my Twitter, the Discord, the Patreon is down there, everything else. Support over the last couple of weeks has been amazing, guys. Can't thank you enough. Go down and follow the stream. Click like, subscribe to the video, guys. My name is Infectious. This is Infectious Gaming. I'm out of here.